What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Jose here at the First Round by Podcast, accompanied by my boy, Mr. Soss.
Hello, one and all. Yes, we are here again. This is episode 26, and it's a very special episode. Another special episode. We actually have yet another warm body with us, Mr. Everardo. Welcome. Welcome to the show.
Wait, find the clapping. Is it the bottom left? No.
Nope.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So this episode's going to be a little bit different. Obviously, we are in the off season, and yes, we know that a lot of stuff's been going on in the off season. We'll be talking about that later, not necessarily in this episode, because this episode is an off season episode. Should have a little stamp at the top, so you guys should know that this is off season. And so with off season, we're going off topic a little bit. Part of the reason why we brought Everardo in is because he is an MMA fighter.
Yes, sir.
That shit is dope.
Thank you.
So we've got probably some questions that we're going to be asking him and everything, trying to pick his brain about UFC. Well, maybe not UFC, but MMA, because I'm sure that that's probably the one of the end goals and everything. So, yeah. So what started it all?
I kind of always been into it. Like, since I was a little kid, like, I was already in boxing when I was little. Mm-hmm. But they took me out of it. My mom did, because my aunt kind of convinced her that it was a little dangerous.
No será peligroso, mijo?
Basically, that's what happened. Like, one of my cousins, he went one day with us, and I guess he sparred.
Yeah.
And she seen, like, my aunt seen him, and was like, oh, that's just too dangerous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, so my mom took me out of that. And then I didn't box for like, shit, I was like almost 20, I guess, you know? It's like, I played like soccer and all that good stuff, but that was about it. Like, I got into like wrestling like about my freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Because my 8th grade year, I got beat up by a wrestler. Like, we got in a fight. Like, we were in the stand and I was getting him or whatever, but once he took me down, I didn't know what to do. Like,
yeah.
He took me down. He went in for a double leg, took me down, and then he pinned my arms down on the ground, put his knees on them, and he just started going ham on my head.
Is this in 8th grade, you said?
Yeah, this is in 8th
Dude.
grade. Yeah,
That's where it all started.
That's basically where it started, you know?
Yo,
like,
you make sure you find that motherfucker, and then you say, hey, I want to fucking rematch. Just make sure he's the same weight class. You don't want to fight him. He's like 200 pounds.
Yeah.
200 pounds,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He probably became 200 pounds.
Probably, yeah.
Because that was probably the peak of his life was like pinning you down.
Yeah,
that was the peak of his life, and now all of a sudden he's just like, hell nah. And then, you know, he loses himself and everything.
Oh, me. It's like, that shit not going to happen no more.
Right.
Know? But yeah, that's where it started. And then I got, like I said, my freshman year. That's when I got into wrestling at U.S. Grant. I wrestled that whole year. I think you wrestled that year.
Yeah. We wrestled together.
I went there.
Same team. But yeah, I just wrestled that year, and then my sophomore and my junior year, I really didn't wrestle. I was trying to work, I guess. Mm-hmm. You know, I was focused more on trying to get money, I guess, a little change.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't join again till like my senior year. I started wrestling again. And, I mean, I was pretty decent for the amount of wrestling years I had. You know, it was like, I was all right, but I didn't do any combat sports after high school. I did like, I went on my fault. It's just coming up.
Right.
I did like a bodybuilding show. Like, I was focused on, I guess, like on my physique.
Oh, yeah.
So I did that for like probably like 2 years of just working on my body, and then I did a show. After I did that show, I got back into boxing. Just wanted to get like a little bit better conditioning for my next show, or I thought was gonna be my next show. And after I got into boxing, hitting the mitts, and I started getting like more movement. I just fell in love with it again. You know, it's like, and when I was in wrestling, like I always wanted to fight. Mm-hmm. Like damn, I'd always go watch the UFC fights at Buffalo. Mm-hmm. I'd get there like around 5, sit down, and then not move till it was like 12 at night. You know, it's like, since they lasted a long time. And then I wanted some good seats, so you know I would get there a little bit earlier.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was always out on the back of my mind, you know. And then I started getting better at it, and got into boxing, I guess, for probably a year and a half, roughly. Mm-hmm. I think this was when I was 21, roughly around that age. And then I got into American Elite MMA, which is where I'm training at right now, just to get the whole MMA aspect of it, you know. So it's a lot different from just straight boxing, you know.
Right.
Because you have to worry about leg kicks, takedowns, and all that good stuff.
So like at what point were you like, you know, I want to do my first fight? Like, because, you know, of course you were going to the gym and you were training, but at one point were you like, I got to get into the ring or to the octagon and
I was trying to do like a boxing one, and then whenever I was trying to do like my first boxing one, like all the COVID shit bullshit happened, so I couldn't box anymore, and that's when I went to the MMA place, and I trained there for like about like a year roughly, and they never asked me like, hey, we have fights coming up, you know? Like they really never asked me, or the previous coaches that were there before my coaches that I have now, they never asked me like if I wanted to fight. And then when JR and Matt Grice, when they came along, like I would train with them, and like when I would spar with JR, like he was a pro, you know, like so he went to the UFC Contender Series and all that good stuff. So
wow,
very nice.
Like when I sparred with him, like I guess like after that he like what he had told me was that he thought like I'm gonna get this dude in a fight, you know. It's like, but then that following day, I asked him, I was like, hey, when do you guys have like any fights coming up, you know, because I want to do one. So I was probably like within, like when they came around, it was probably like after a year they came around. So I trained MMA for like almost a whole year. And then they come around, and then just within a few months, they were like, hey, we got this fight coming up. You want to do it? And I said, hell yeah, let's do it.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah, I just want to fight.
Hell yeah, I was ready. I felt like I was ready because I felt like I was preparing for a while.
Yeah.
Just in my boxing wise, and then just doing it for a whole nother year, you know.
Absolutely.
Getting the full functioning of it.
So what did your mom think about all this, or your family, your friends? Like you tell them, are they like, what are you thinking? Like, you know, are they supporting you? Are they telling you not to at first?
Like usually, I forgot who was the first person I told. I think it was Oscar Godinez, and he was excited. He was like, "Hell yeah!" It's like,
oh, that's dope.
If there's anybody that could do it, it's you. You know? Because I mean, he's known me for a while, and he's known that I like to fight, I guess, or that I can fight, I guess.
Right.
You know? So he was excited, and then I didn't want to tell my mom till like the week of, or like a little bit before. You know, because one is like I'm fighting. She already didn't like me. Like, when I was like wrestling, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like she was against it. She thought like I had to lie to her. Like I told her I was like, hey, I'm joining soccer at school, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, it wasn't until like my first
that doesn't look like
match.
soccer.
Yeah, it's like that. I had like my gear, and I was like, where are you going? It's like, oh, I'm about to go to the soccer match. It's like, this is not soccer. It's like you're going to do something else.
Right.
And then after she picked me up that day, like I was all beat up and shit from the mat burns and shit like that. And then from there, like she, I guess, had to get used to it. But when I didn't tell her about this fight coming up to the week of. She's like, I mean, same thing was like I told her. She's like, I ever. Like, like, you know, already off top worried. She's like, first thing I'm gonna do now is just eat a lot, because whenever she gets nervous, she just starts eating a lot.
Yeah.
That's her
man.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she supported me. You know, she would help me out. Like she helped me out a lot. Like,
So that's one of the great things about moms is usually, like, my mom's the same way. Anything crazy that I try to get into, she's like, all right, how can I help?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah, even though they don't want to, like, they still do. They
Yeah.
still do, you know. But she was excited. Like, I mean, she wasn't excited, but she was nervous about it. And that was pretty much all the people I told until I announced my actual fight, like on Facebook and all that good stuff.
Right.
Everybody else was like, they were hype about it. Like the people I guess like know me for a while and know that I guess I could fight or have it in me, you know. They were pretty excited.
Right.
I was about to say, that must be super exciting to get to see and feel all that hype and everything. So
yeah, especially like when I had my first one, it was here in the city at the farmers market. So a lot of my friends went, a lot of my family. So like whenever I got that knockout in the first round, like just that feeling I get from the crowd or from my actual people that love and support, you know, it gets me like, it's a whole different feeling.
Hell yeah.
It's a different feeling.
Yeah, like he was alluding to, one of the main reasons why we decided to bring him on was because me and Jesse got to watch watch his most recent fight. So is your record 2-0 now?
2-0 now.
2-0. See, just catching them dubs up here, you know. But yeah, no, it was funny too because he was actually telling me, he was like, man, we we might need to get him on the show. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I'm like, hell yeah, it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then, so one of the big things that I was wondering too was, so just since it was recent, your most recent fight and everything, like we kind of talked about it a little bit before the show started and everything, but what was like going through your mind after hearing your opponent come out and everybody was super hyped and
because
everything?
kind of what we were talking about earlier, it was more like a home crowd for your opponent.
Yeah.
So going to his territory, going to his his home field, whenever you come out, there's not a whole bunch of hype. It's just your music. You coming out to the octagon, and it's kind of just you against everybody else. He comes out, and everybody's going crazy for him. And he's also, I believe this was his second fight too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you guys were both going into the fight being 1-0. So you guys kind of were both like, I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So how was that feeling? Like, how did you overcome pretty much his home turf?
Literally all the adversity that was going through your mind and everything. Cause
I was calm the whole in the backstage. I was like calm the whole time. I was just listening to music, vibing. I was with JR and Jordan Brown, which is one of my teammates and my coach. They were the only ones that were able to make it. But I was just listening to music, just relaxing, trying to keep a calm mind. Not worried about what he's doing right now.
Hell yeah.
What he's feeling like or what I'm feeling like. All the emotions, I've kind of put them off to the side until I got to the front. I heard my people, because some of my friends did go, they were able to go out there. I appreciate them.
Absolutely.
And then my girl, she was able to go out there too. And then my family. So I heard them.
Yeah.
So it's all the people I need, regardless.
Exactly.
All that cheering that they did, that was enough for me to get that hype feeling itself. But I went out there. I was calm. I was happy to be there.
Oh yeah.
Because before that, they had canceled 2 of my previous fights, just because they got sick or they got injured or something like that. It was just little stuff like that.
Right.
That sucks.
So it was just kind of I had that little itch feeling.
Oh yeah, you were ready to scratch it.
I was ready too, just because like he said, he was 1-0 as well. So I know he was trying to prove something. I was trying to prove something.
Oh yeah.
I knew it was gonna be a pretty good fight. But whenever he went out there with his hyped up music and then all his people hyping him up, just the crowd cheering, I in a way that fueled me too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Man, I'm about to shut him up.
I'm about to sleep this dude.
I'm about to shut him up quick, because the crowd, they were loud, and then whenever he walked in the cage, whenever he did the little lap around, he looked at me up and down. Whenever he was walking, he just looked at me up and down. Ooh. After that, I was just started smiling. I started feeling it. I was like, all right, okay, we're about to see what's about to go down.
For sure.
And then, I just take it it was a regular fight, It's I've been in a good amount, just growing up, good amount of fights. A lot of sparring too, So I feel like I go against good, top of the line guys. We're practicing that right now. So it was I feel like it was nothing,
Right.
I just felt like it was another sparring session in a way, just live.
Right. I mean, that's how, I guess, whenever I did play music, whenever I would play shows, it was pretty much just practice just with people.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I'm guessing it's probably the same with you.
Yeah, for the most
So
part.
especially you said you got some pretty good coaches. So I'm sure they give you a pretty good beating whenever you're practicing, so they can get you prepared for the actual fights.
fight,
Oh yeah.
So that's awesome, man. That's good to hear.
Yeah, and I will say that whenever we're watching it, because obviously I usually watch fights at least every other weekend, so I don't know exactly what I'm talking about or what I'm looking for and stuff. So it is kind of out of left field, but I do remember whenever I was watching, I was like, "Damn, he's got some good movement." And what was awesome were the counter strikes. So I think that's actually how you ended up sleeping him, was from a counter.
He was,
or maybe I'm just bullshitting.
I would have to look at the video again.
Yeah.
Even though I've seen it a lot of times, I know it was a 3-2.
Yeah.
I think he threw a sloppy hook, and then I just moved off a little bit, and then I kind of distanced the range.
And they were showing the replay a lot.
Yeah.
So, but I loved it, because the only thing I didn't like about the replay was that it was like you couldn't skip ahead to the point where you were actually in the process of knocking them out and everything. So we had to watch I mean, it's not so bad, but it's like nitpicking. But like 20 seconds, 30 seconds of you guys just like moving around and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, you looked really good out there and everything. And I know we were really hyped whenever we saw Knock, because I was like, we both were like, oh my God, he just slept him. Holy shit.
And that's what I like to see too. Is like I told some of my friends to record like their reaction, you know, because I wanted to see like everybody's like kind of
that's
reaction
really cool.
of how,
yeah,
like how they reacted to the knockout or how the fight was going, you know. Just it's a good feeling seeing all that, you know, like
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time, and I mean, I was glad that was still something within my wheelhouse that I actually understand a little bit and know and everything. So, but yeah, no, it's been great. So one thing that I have always wanted to know, like how far in advance of a fight? I know you've only been in like 2 professional ones, but how far in advance of the fight do you actually start getting yourself like physically prepared? Because I know that you might have to like cut weight and everything, or I don't know if you stay the same weight all the time.
Yeah, so I usually like I'm even when I'm not preparing for a fight, I'm still like working out a lot, you know, like I want to be ready just in case a fight does happen to show up or anything like that. So I still go to like outside of actual training, I still go to the gym, still do like my running, a little bit of weightlifting here and there, a lot of stretching, you know,
right?
Because I don't want the last thing I want to do is get injured just from practice or something like that from not stretching, you know. So I prepare I probably give myself probably like 12 weeks or a little bit less preparing for a fight, and then the last like I'm always cutting, so I'm always kind of like watching my macros, how I eat, like how much protein intake I'm getting, how much carbs, how much fat, the amount of veggies I'm getting, my water intake, the vitamins, all that good stuff. And then it's just from like self-taught, self-knowledge, like over the years, you know. So it's not like I'm a professional or anything like that at it, but I guess I got to know my body a little bit better, now, you know. So usually I start cutting like during the whole time I'm eating clean, but I still eat a little dirty here and there. Like I have myself like a little cheat meal or whatever, which is usually on Saturdays because Sundays I spar, so I usually like to fuel myself up for the next day.
That's right.
But like around the cut, I probably walk around like 10 pounds heavier than what I'm actually fighting at. So probably like a few days before I start drinking a little bit less water, going into the sauna more, just sweating out a lot of water. Because that's usually what it is at the end. It's just all water weight, you know. So I start cutting like probably like that week of the last amount that I have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a few days. Yeah, that way I'm not all dehydrated, you know, hungry. But yeah.
So since we are recording this on a Saturday, so since you just said that Saturdays are your cheat meal day, do you already know what your cheat meal is going to be today?
I've been kind of cheating all week. Like since after my fight, it was just like I've been eating whatever, anything. Haven't really been eating no healthy meals, just eating whatever I could find, honestly. Anything I crave, I go eat.
That's right. He's a grown boy.
So how do you prepare mentally? Because I know some people more than others, they struggle mentally, right?
Yeah.
Mental health is a real big thing. So like, is your mental health, like, is that something you really have to pay attention to, or is it something that...
Yeah, I feel like I do, just because sometimes I do get in my own head. You know, like I just start overthinking stuff, like either if it's about fighting or just other stupid stuff, you know, just start overthinking. So I like to do a lot of meditation early in the morning, like probably like 10 minutes at least.
Yeah.
Before I go out and, you know, go conquer the world, I guess, you know?
Right.
Every morning, and then usually at night, I try to do it as well, at least 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
But also, like, ice baths, they help a lot. Because all you can think about is, like, whenever you hop in the ice bath, it's just...
Getting the fuck out.
Yeah, getting the fuck out. You know? It's like, you're not thinking about anything else, so that kind of clears your mind.
Right.
And then once you start settling in the ice bath, you can start imagining you're somewhere else or something like that. Try to take that pain away that you're feeling in those little moments. And I usually do like an ice bath for about like 5 to 10 minutes. Usually when I get better at it, I try to stay in there a little bit longer. But it's tough in the beginning, you know, because it's like just your brain is telling you like get the fuck out, you know. It's like get out, please, you know.
Yeah.
But that helps a lot as well. It's usually the things I do the most.
Right.
You know?
That's good advice.
All the physical activities that help out a lot, you know.
For sure.
All those endorphins that I have in me.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I mean, running itself helps a lot. Lifting weights.
I guess whenever you're so busy focusing on your physique and all that, like it kind of helps, like you said, it helps a ton with your mental health. But someone that's a lazy piece of shit like myself, all I do is go to work and come home and do nothing.
Yeah.
So
Well, actually, you have to add something else in there. You also edit the podcast.
yeah, I mean,
Once every 2 weeks. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, I'm kind of the same way, and I've actually been trying really hard to, like, one of my New Year's resolutions at the time of New Year's was really want to get back into the gym. And now here we are almost in April, and guess what? The closest I've been to a gym is just driving by it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I do attribute it to just being too busy and everything. But again, trust me, I know it's just excuses. I know Isaiah would be yelling at me right now if he heard me saying that. Hopefully he does hear me say that and he says something about this next time I see him. Proves that he watches the podcast or listens at least.
Now, you don't necessarily have to go to the gym either, It's like as long as you do some type of activity, It's like outside of work, I guess, It's like some people try to say it's like, oh, I lift a lot of like stuff at work. That's all the activity I need, and it's not.
Right.
Like you want to get your heart rate up because you're not really getting your heart rate up at work.
right.
It's like some people work
Sometimes.
lift a couple boxes,
Right.
like, go around. They get tired here and there, but it's not the same as like running for like just straight 5 minutes or even 10.
Right.
Different type of heart rate for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so let's get into some of these questions that were asked on the social medias, if you will.
The socials.
The socials. So I got Mr. Based Ant, my guy. When it comes to fighting, where do you see yourself in the next 3 or 4 years?
Ooh.
3 or 4 years, I know I see myself going pro.
Okay.
For sure. I don't know for what organization yet, probably Bellator or something like that. Or if I could get a contract with the UFC, that'd be dope too.
Oh,
Right.
Shit.
But I do see myself going pro within the next few years for sure.
Okay. So I got another one. I got here Romero Alex 14. What do you want to be remembered for at the end of your career?
Damn, that's a deep one.
I was about to say,
That's kind
man.
of deep. I guess kind of like always giving a show, Like I want people to like, whenever I'm about to fight, like I want people to get hyped up. I want them to be like, man, I can't wait for this for the fight, or like I can't wait to watch them fight. It's like they want me to they want me to fight. It's like like if I don't fight for a whole year, like they miss me or something like that. It's like
Oh, absolutely.
So I want to be remembered for like I guess giving a good show for sure.
For sure. I got another one here from Maximus. How do you land the takedown?
How do I land the takedown? I mean, usually the coaches tell me this on this one. Make them think high and then go low. So usually like hit them like a 1-2, and then they usually start putting their hands up. It's like try to cover their face because they don't want to get hit. Once they start covering their face or they go up, like that's where you're in there for that shot itself.
Right.
So hit them with a cool little 3-piece. Little 3-piece and a biscuit.
With the side of gravy.
That's right.
But yeah, hit them up top first for sure, and then once you see their hands go up, go in for that takedown.
Awesome. All right. I got another one for you. So this one isn't very much of a question. Well, I guess it is. So I can't tell you who asked, but who is your favorite coach?
Now, who's my favorite coach?
I wonder which coach asked that.
I wonder what coach asked that. It's like, man, it's because I've had so many different coaches throughout my life.
Right.
Like from my soccer coach, my wrestling coach, my MMA coaches, my boxing coaches, and I can't really like choose one, because they all had like a huge impact.
Exactly.
Man, what a good answer.
What a great answer.
Like, I feel like all of them are pretty amazing, honestly. It's like
man,
I can't pick and choose on that. Yeah.
I'm sorry, JR, right? JR?
Yeah, JR.
JR, I'm sorry you can't answer that question.
Matt's gonna look at that shit, like try to be his ass.
Yeah. But no, that's awesome, man. Thank you for coming on the show, man. Really enjoyed having you, and
Appreciate you for having me.
You're a hell of a fighter, and I can't wait. Do you know when your next fight is, or any idea?
We were gonna have one around May 14th, but it got canceled. Like the promotion itself, they couldn't like find booking or something like that. If not in May, probably like around July, roughly, you know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But hopefully the earlier the better. For
Right.
sure.
Absolutely.
I didn't get that hurt on my last fight, so
Right.
I'm still good for another one. So
Wait, so speaking of getting hurt, so like, do you like how does this whole like, let's say you break nose or you break an arm, like, do you have a health insurance or
Yeah.
how does that
Yeah,
work?
no, he just rubbed some
You know
dirt
what I
on
mean?
it.
Yeah,
No, like, what do you do? Like,
I don't fucking know, honestly.
no.
like that's what I like. Supposedly the promotion is supposed to pay for like a few stuff, but I don't know if they pay like.
Man,
if I
their
break
insurance must be
something-
nasty.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. So
Well,
hopefully I don't have.
let's hope you never have to find out.
Yeah,
hopefully I
no
don't have
shit.
Yeah,
Knock
that's-
on wood.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm not trying to get hurt in my amateur career. You know, It's
Right.
like,
Right.
If anything, pro maybe. Not even pro. I don't even want to get hurt.
Right.
Pro. It's like, but I don't want anything bad to happen until at least I'm pro.
Right.
Like, hopefully nothing does happen.
Yeah, ever.
I would.
Ever.
But yeah, it's like I don't know how that works.
Right.
I see some bad injuries, like just going to watch some of my friends fight, and then how their opponents end up or something like that. Like my friend, he fought like a couple months ago, and his opponent, like it was just a weird accident at this point. Like he got him with the knee to the body, and then he sweeped him. Basically, he tripped him over. But whenever he tripped, I guess his head landed on the cage in a weird way. But whenever it landed, like there was a on the cage, like little, it was kind of like sharp, and he just like slashed all his skull, like open. It's like whenever they got like up close to him, like they flapped that thing.
Whoa.
That's
Wait. Did you see this?
I seen. I was in the crowd. I was like,
Damn.
like,
So
what
you saw
the
his skin
fuck?
flapping and
Yeah,
shit?
like
Oh.
I seen the ref, like he moved it up and down. Like, oh shit, like what the fuck?
Is this thing still
yeah,
on?
like making sure that it was on or whatever, you know. But I thought like my friend had like knocked him out like in a weird way. I thought that's how it went down,
Yeah.
and then I seen that they stopped it for that reason. I was like, oh shit, you know?
Damn.
That shit's-
That's the worst.
That's
But
insane.
I mean, I feel like that happened because my friend was about to, lay a whooping on him.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
the way it was going.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel bad for that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what's the like most brutal thing you've seen, but I think that kind of answered my question.
That's the
Holy
freakiest
shit.
thing I've seen so
Yeah.
far. It's like
So far.
Hopefully it doesn't get any worse than
Yeah,
that.
I know, because that sounds pretty bad. I mean, I would like to see it, just because, I mean, that's just something crazy and
like,
weird that happens.
Crazy that happened. Yeah, it was just it was just weird. It was
So,
a freak accident.
So speaking of the pros and everything, one of the biggest, it's probably the cheesiest, corniest thing I could probably ask you, but I am actually very interested in it because, so obviously throughout the years, all the fighters that I've seen and everything, obviously you have like a top 3 favorite fighters, right? So you don't have to give me your top 3 unless you want to, but who's your favorite fighter right now?
Right now, I would say. Damn, I just brain freeze. Charles Oliveira. He's
Oliveira, yes.
The guy from Brazil, right?
Yeah.
The champ. Yeah.
He's nasty.
He's just like if he had his eye vision better too. Like I feel like he'd be even a lot better than what he actually
yeah.
is. You know.
Oh, yeah.
But he's for sure one of those top ones. Francis Ngannou, he'll be another one just because like all that the adversity that he has to go through. It's like,
Yes.
just to be
Yes.
there or just to be like anywhere that he's at in life.
Exactly.
Right now, like for sure. Like I look up to that for sure.
He's a big
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Man, imagine getting hit by that. Like, hell no. I don't know. He walks around like 300 pounds.
That's
roughly.
insane.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I could not imagine.
crazy.
I mean, I wouldn't imagine. I'd be dead.
Yeah.
Like one hit.
6 something.
Jeez.
And Brandon Moreno right now.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like the flyweight, I believe. He was the champ for a little bit, and then I guess Figueroa took it back or whatever, which they're gonna have a 4th fight, I guess.
Damn.
To even that out. But I would say those are my top 3 right now.
Hell yeah,
so far.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of for literally no reason at all. T City, Brian Ortega.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's badass too.
Yeah,
I like
he. It broke my heart because for a little while, like it's like the ebb and flow of some of these fighters. Like for a long time, you think that they're just unbeatable. That no one's gonna ever be able to win, and you're just like, well, why are they even fighting anymore? Because like no one's gonna be able to take this person down. And then all of a sudden, like Masvidal loses.
Yeah.
Or Sean O'Malley loses. Or McGregor loses
Yeah.
and everything. So it's just like, man, that is nuts. But it also makes it more exciting to watch.
Right.
Yeah, like,
Well, because most people they have like their fame. Like there's a top dog for X amount of months, a year, 2 year, 3 year, or whatever, and then here comes this new guy, knocks him out. Then he has his time, and then here comes a new guy. You know, so it's really fun to watch.
Absolutely,
like
it is.
different type. It comes down to a person too. I feel like on how they take that fame and use it. Because I mean, they can have like a few knockouts and then they'll use it the right way and they don't really get big or anything like that. Like Conor McGregor, I feel like he did it badass. Like how he got up there quick and how he's making a lot more money than anybody else. It's like that shit was dope. Like,
and he's still pretty much the face of UFC and everything.
Yeah, like even though he hasn't even fought in a few years.
And he's lost the last couple ones that he's fought. I think.
Yep.
And he's still talk so.
Man,
that's dope. And another one is like Sean O'Malley. I like him a lot too. Like,
man, we were actually talking about that the other day because in preparation for this episode and everything, whenever it's something that we don't necessarily like, whenever it's not football and we're stupid, we're not really actually stupid with other sports, but yeah. So we were talking about it, shooting the shit and everything, and one of the first ones that we thought of, we were like, man, we both like Sean O'Malley.
Yeah,
he's exciting.
Is
that kind of like one of the things that you're trying to do?
Like be exciting in a way? Yeah, for sure. Be exciting for sure. Like just off the knockouts and like I already like it, It's like so like I'm not gonna go into a fight I was looking for that knockout, but I know it always come to me when it does. But I do want to be excited for sure like that.
Well, I will let you know that I have a few friends that are big MMA UFC fighting friends, and one big thing that they do not like watching whenever it comes to pay-per-views and stuff like that, they don't like watching boring fights.
Yeah.
So
because I feel like they're paying for it like $80.
Exactly.
$80 for that night. It's expensive.
Oh yeah.
Everybody always wants to see someone get knocked. Like that's what you're watching the fight for.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot. When was that fight? It was like
last Saturday.
Last Saturday. I remember like the entire time, like sitting here thinking, I'm like, man, honestly, I really hope that someone gets knocked out. Luckily, it was not you that got knocked out, but I was just like, man, because that's what you want to see.
Yeah, that's what you want.
That's what you want to see. A lot of people don't like the whole like wrestling aspect and taking somebody down to the ground and making the fight like 15 minutes long.
I feel like when people don't like that, it's because they don't know a whole lot about it, which it does look a little boring or whatever. But whenever you like, I guess, practice it and actually know what you're looking at,
absolutely,
see those moves, and you're like, "Fuck, bro! Like this motherfucker's cold." Like you get a little bit more excited about that, like that before. Like I was I guess fighting and all that training. Like there was some stuff that whenever it went to the ground, I didn't know what was going on. But now that I do, it's like a little bit more exciting on that. And so
definitely,
that's pretty dope. Yeah,
that's awesome. Hell yeah. Well, Josie, do we have anything else for our lovely guests? Actually, I always ask him. Yeah,
screw me, right?
Yeah, screw him, I guess. Do you have anything closing that you'd like to say to everybody out there? I mean, I know like it's a football podcast, but we were so glad that you came on and were willing to talk about it. And I mean, I had a great time shooting the shit about fighting MMA. That's awesome. So do you have anything to say to all the viewers out there, all your friends, family, everything that are going to watch this whenever you share it?
Well, I want to say thank y'all to y'all, like, for sure, for having me on. Like, that shit was dope. Like, you hitting me up, telling me to come on. Like, I feel like I'm still nobody, It's like, for y'all to choose me, thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure. But, I mean, to my people watching, I guess, thank you, too, for supporting, coming out to my fights. Whenever y'all stream it, I appreciate that.
Wait. Hold on. Shout out to the homie Marco, man. That motherfucker. He streamed the fight, and that's how I watched the fight. And I gotta lie, and there was like 15 other people or some shit watching the fight. So god dang, shout out to my boy Marco. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
That's fine. Yeah, a lot of people. When I asked them, like, hey, how'd you watch it? It's like, oh, Marco's Twitch.
Yeah,
like, hell yeah,
that's awesome.
I was like, hell yeah. So I appreciate them.
It's always good to have good friends like that.
Yeah.
And that's what he likes fighting too. Is like I'm always betting him money, like these upcoming fights.
Yeah.
Sometimes I make some dumb bets because it's like I like the guy. I don't like his fighting or whatever, but I just like the guy,
Right.
But fuck it, you win some, lose some.
You do indeed.
Yeah, I appreciate like all of y'all for coming out, just watching them online. And I want people that support. Thank y'all. And I was gonna say something else. I just had a brain fart.
Well,
okay.
shit,
We do that pretty often.
You know, hopefully you have a fight here sometime soon in the city, here in Oklahoma City pretty soon. Next time you do, if it's on the weekend, I will definitely be there.
Yeah,
We'll both be there.
Soss will be there.
That's right.
Just let us know. I know you have a Facebook, obviously, and you share a lot of stuff on there, but I'll definitely be looking out for that. So yeah, I'm excited for you, man. It's exciting.
Same.
It's really exciting, especially someone here in the city doing things like that. Because personally, I personally don't know anybody else that's doing something like this. And I feel like I know quite a bit of people.
Right.
Weird flex, I know. But no, but seriously though, I don't know anybody else that's doing this, so it's really cool to know somebody that is, and that's, you know, doing it at a pretty high level like yourself, and someone has a ton of potential. So yeah, I'll be following you, man, for sure. You know, all our followers that aren't in Oklahoma City, be on the lookout for Mr. Everardo Hernandez out of Oklahoma City.
Absolutely.
Fantastic fighter. Follow him on Instagram at Swole Me.
Yeah, we'll put a link in the description.
But yeah, give him a follow, man, and you know, just show him some love, show him some support. Great guy, even better fighter. But I'm also wanted to gift him this first round bye hoodie.
Yes, sir.
You got it right here.
Oh, yeah, that shit is dope.
Hell yeah.
Here you go.
Hell yeah, thank you. This is dope.
Yes,
Appreciate you stopping by the podcast and everything on that. So actually, one last crazy question. So did you do any research on us before we asked you? Well, after we asked you?
Well, I was already following y'all for sure.
Man, look at that.
Jose.
Look at that.
Jose,
So what went through your mind when you were like, oh, these dudes do football. Why are they asking me to come on? I don't know anything about
Well, in a way, I was like, I seen that as in, you know, football ends. Like, I assume you guys would go to something else. You know? Talking about some different
good
sports
assumption.
for sure.
Good assumption.
So I thought that was pretty dope. They had
Hell yeah.
first MMA one. That'd be dope. And it's gonna be
Definitely.
cooler. Like when y'all are bigger and then I'm bigger.
Oh yeah.
Redoing this, I guess.
For sure.
Looking back at it. That's
Absolutely. We'll definitely have you on again.
Hell yeah. That's
for sure.
Cool.
But yeah, guys. So this is our first off-season episode. Like I said 1,000 times, thank you for coming on. Moving forward, we will have some more non-football related content. So if you're interested, please continue to support Steven.
Yep.
Oh, one more thing. I apologize. So Mr. Soss, he was finally able to get the website going, and we do have some merch available.
I know it only took me like 6 months. I'm sorry, guys.
Only. We do have some merch available. We got this cool first round bow hoodie available. It's available in black, charcoal, gray,
blue, red.
I
think I even added a red one.
And we're actually doing the white only for guests.
Yep.
So I apologize to anybody that wants a white hoodie.
Yeah.
We also got that's right. We got shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, and we'll have some more coming in the future.
Yes.
But go grab something. You know, if you buy something, post a picture, tag us, let us know. We'll share.
Definitely.
You know, appreciate everything you guys do and support. But
absolutely. Well, he was pretty much saying basically what I was going to say. Obviously, you can check us out on all the streaming services: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. I can't remember the other ones. The Tube, the best tube. But also, like he said, you can check us out at firstroundbuy.com. That is pretty much your one-stop shop for everything first round buy related. It even looks pretty clean on the mobile version, so I'm pretty proud of myself for that. Spent a lot of time working on that, so please go show it some love. And obviously, if you are not a big fan of sports or MMA or football or anything like that, you can always just go grab a shirt. Yeah, kick rocks. What are you doing on this podcast? But yeah, so we love the sport. We love doing this. We love you guys. And we will catch you guys next one. Thank you so much for tuning in.
all right, peace.
Thank you.